dali ako sa inyong bag play. Sige na?
Okay na.
So, good morning, class.
Good morning, Ma'am.
How was your day?
It's fine, Ma'am.
Okay, it's good to hear that. So the final exam is really approaching. So we need to pass our lesson for today. So let's proceed. So our topic for today is all about crop care and maintenance. So before we tackle or deeper in the topic for today, may I ask why it is important to have crop care and maintenance? So, Miss Picte, you recognize?
Ma'am, I think it's important, crop care and maintenance is important because kung ato ang atimanon, ang ato ang mga tanom, syempre mutubo siya o ganang mas mamunga. So, kung ato ng tanom, syempre mas daghan ang kita ng maamo sa ato. Kung dili na to, ang pingan or dili na to aligiran na to ang mga tanom, syempre wala magpumubunga niya na.
So, thank you, Miss Picte, for that wonderful idea. So, yung giingon na it is important to have crop care and maintenance. It is because it improves the crop productivity. So, you're correct. And can contribute to greater yield with improved quality. So, kung gusto nato ang atong tanom is mag-produce sila og daghan na mga tanom, ang ilang mga bunga, so kinahanglan nato alagaan. So, kinahanglan nato sila alagaan para ang ilang balik sa ato is greater productivity. So, there are 5 practices on how to take care of our garden or our farm. So, let's introduce the first. So, what is cultivation? So, when you hear the word cultivation, what comes in your mind, Miss Ariam Bonanza? Please stand and give your idea.
For me, Mom, I heard the word cultivation is all about the cultivation of soil for preparing for planting our crops.
Yes, you're correct, Miss Ariam Bonanza. Please stand because you will read the definition itself.
Cultivation, this is the first stage of crop production. Cultivation refers to the steering the soil through plowing or harrowing. Cultivating the soil is one of the most effective ways to control weeds and pests. Cultivating the soil loosens the soil around the plant, which provides air for the root of the plants.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ariam Bonanza. So when we say cultivation helps to break the crop crust on the surface of the soil, allowing air, nutrients, and water to get deeper to the ground where the plant's root can access them. So, kung minasaya pa is ato sa siyang ko anon, adisa nato sa mag-plant. So, isa siya sa crop care and maintenance is because kana na mga plants, for example, naidara is talong. So, naman kasi mga pests and nadraa, then, kung ano sila tamakuan o pechay, ana is, kinahanglan to siya i-cultivate para mga wala ang ilahang mga pest diraa. So, mas safe ang atong bago na itanong if i-cultivate nato na sila, adisa na to tamnan. So, let's proceed to the second one. What is pest and diseases control? So, when you heard pest and diseases control, what comes in your mind, Ms. Picte? Please stand and give your idea.
Let's say pest and diseases control. I think for me, Ma'am, kana ang mag-apply ka o kana ang mga chemicals nga pwede nimo i-spray sa imong mga tanom para dili mo attack ang mga pest dito para dili madaot ang ato ang mga tanom.
Yes, you're right, Ms. Picte. Please give a hand, please. So, when we say pests and diseases, so to drive away pests, farmers apply pesticides. There are different varieties of pesticides and each them has a particular function. So, when we say pests and diseases control is gina-apply na sa nato ang pesticide karon, which is pinakadali na kuan. Then, ang purpose sa pesticide is para makuan dito ang mga pest dira para mga waya. Then there are different varieties of pesticides. Those are insecticides, herbicides, fungicides, rodenticides. So those examples of varieties of pesticides it's help para mawala ang mga pests and diseases sa ato ang farm. This may include production of organic pesticides and encouragements on the presence of organisms that kill pests. So, with the help of pesticide is mawala ang atong pest. So, pasabot na is mas maalagaan nato ang ato ang garden or atong mga tanom. So, let's proceed with weed control. So, when you heard the weed control, what comes in your mind, Miss Jamola? Please give your idea.
For me, ma'am, weed control is from my experience. It is about removing unwanted grass because it is not necessary and it is not helpful to our plants because it reduces the nutrients of our plants. That's all, ma'am.
Thank you, Miss Jamola. So, when we say weed control, weeds leads to the production of crop yield, increased production costs, and increase in the incidence of pests and diseases. To control weeds, methods including included hand weeding, mechanical cultivation, and application of pesticides. So, grabe nakakuan sa ato ng moment of weed control is sagbot sa ato ang palibot. So, it's very common na naagadoy, di kasi na ito maiwasan na naagadoy mga sagbot na mukuan sa ato ang sa ato ang field. So, with that is, when we say weed control, are unsightly, they are interfere with harvest, they can carry crop pathogen, and most importantly, they rob crop of its yield potential. It is a prevention control unwanted and invasive plants. By effectively controlling unwanted plants, there is less competition for nutrients. So, kung naay kuan, mga sagbot sa atong field is, ang isa ba na tumukuan is, ang atong tanom is, magniwang jud siya, kay nanuman. So, naana may competition. So, instead na ang atong kuan, ang atong tanom is, i-applyan nato og kuan, atong gikuan na sila gibusbusan, o tubig or di kaya gibutangan na po sila fertilizer, pero and na may kuan sagbot is mag-compete siya. So ang atong sagbot is mukuan po siya sa atong gi-apply, then ang atong plants is murasot jud siya mo niwang jud siya kay naa mas dai kahati. So nutrients, motong ilang na sila kung natay gi-apply na nutrients or pagkuana na is maagoy competition. So, unlike for beneficial and adhesive vegetation. So, there are 3 methods to employ or to control weeds. Methods employed including. So, may I have Ms. Pegte, please read and give your insights of that.
Or
Hold, please.
to control weeds, methods employed including first, manual weeding. Hand weeding is time-consuming and labor-intensive method. Laborers uses their hands and or remove weeds. Mechanical weeding uses machineries to remove. Sa first manual weeding, hindi ka na bitaw yung nga ato ang ginahimo kung mahuha tayo sa sagbot, diba manual ang ginagamit nato with the use of bolo. And the second one, we have mechanical weeding uses machineries to remove weeds such as cono weeder, power tiller, and basketball. So, siguro ma'am, in some areas or in other countries, they use mechanical weeding para dili na sila mahago nga maghawa. And then, you have the third one is through chemical weeding uses herbicide to remove seeds, and they may be considered selective or non-selective herbicide. So, sa chemical weeding, na ay uban ng mga farmers nga, gigamitan na nila og mga spray ang mga sagbot para dili na po sila maghawa, dili na nila malmalon. And pero ang chemical weeding is na-associate negative effect po sa pwede siya makakuan sa tanom.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Pigte. It explained well. So give hand for Ms. Pigte. So when we say manual weeding and hand weeding is, gila ang nisa is, atong gina-practice sa atong mga farmers o kung wala tay kuan na ato ra gazon silang ginaibot dito sa kuan soil. So kuan lamang is ang manual weeding is time consuming. So isa-isa kung gazon din mo na siya pagkuha sa atong kuan, sa atong mga sagot dira sa atong paligid. Then labor. So expensive siya is because kinahanglan man nimo mag-hire. Labi na kung atong kuan, ang atong field or ang atong farm is dako siya. So kinahanglan nato og numbers of farmers or mga workers na kinahanglan siya magkuha using their hands. So the second one is mechanical weeding. When gila ang mga mechanical is uses mga kuan kanang mga mga dinagko na machineries. So to remove it such as kanang nako ang bitaw. So murag wa pa ko nakit-an diri sa ato Philippines na nagina-practice ni na murag kinahanglan dugdag ko para makuha na mga kuan. So mostly ang ato nakita is manual. So when we say chemical weeding, this is herbicides to remove seeds. So mo ano siya is kanang gina-apply is kanang spray bitaw para mapatay ang mga sagbot. So naapoy kuan kanang they may be considered selective or non-selective herbicides. So when we say selective, it aims only with the effect to crops, while selective is kanang ang selective is kanang ang kuan ra ang sagbot ra gud imuhang patyon. Pero then ang non-selective is kanang both ang imuhang crops then ang imuhang kuan sagbot. So when applying chemical weeding is pinaka-important is consider is kung maigo ba nato ang atong crops. Kinahanglan is we need be careful kay basin kay nato kuan sagbot sa pero nato na din atong crops. So para sa imuha kuan Miss Jamola, asa may mas kuan sa imuha mas inconvenience? It is manual, mechanical, or chemical, and why?
Ma'am, what do you mean by is it convenience or inconvenience?
Convenience.
For me, ma'am, I prefer chemical weeding because it's effective than manual weeding because it requires laborers and of course it's time consuming, while chemical weeding is considered selective and it's very effective than manual weeding. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jamola. Explained well. So, para sa IANS, mas effective ang chemical, which is, pinakagana is, kinahanglan na lang ay pwede na nato sa mapalit kung sa malaman na mga kuan ang atong ipalit sa kuan store. So, for the fourth is fertilizer application. So may I have Ms. Riam Bonanza to please read and give your insights.
What is fertilizer application? So for me, ma'am, based in my own experience, while planting my crops, which is pechay, I nag-apply ko og fertilizer in order to make my crops grow healthier and muda ko og dali or aron ko daghay nutrients na atong na makuha sa akong tanom through applying fertilizer.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Riam Bonanza. So, tama yung kilaong. So, ang fertilizers, it's the soil grip of nutrients. It requires management of nutrients such as application of fertilizer, manure, and compost to enrich the soil content. There are methods of fertilization application, scattering, and mixing with the soil before planting. So, when we say fertilizer application, pwede sa fertilizers, manures, and compost. Pwede sa na kanang mga urea. Mo ba na mapalit nato sa
Synthetic fertilizer.
Oh, sige. Thank you, Ms. Riam Bonanza. So, pwede na ito siya mapalit sa kuan sa store. Then, ang mga manures and compost is kanang bitaw, pwede na nato siya is kanang mga kuan sa baboy or kaya sa chicken. So, na method sa pag-apply sa fertilizer is kanang scattering is kinahanglan nimo siya ihana ara or mixing with the soil before planting. So, pwede na po nato siya i-mix sa ato ang soil before planting. So, fertilizer applications, methods include broadcasting, placement near plants. Muna gilaong na broadcasting is pwede siya i-ana ra, or di kaya ibut dari ang plants, and then dari ang imuhang fertilizer. So, na po trivia na, kinahanglan daw kung unsa ka katasa ang ato ang dahon is mo po na ito applyan sa ato ang fertilizer. Kaya para dili bitaw siya near, o para dili na ito mapektuhan ng atong kuan. Kung grabe na siya kaduol, na po tendency na masunog or masubraan ang atong plants. So, for the last, so may I have Miss Jamola? When we say irrigation, what is coming in your mind?
For me, ma'am, irrigation is about the pathway of the waters so we can water our plants, ma'am. And it is very important when we control or maintain our farm.
Okay, thank you, Miss Jamola. So there will explain that is irrigation is very important kana bitong pagkuhan sa atong tubig. So, ang plants is parehara pud sa ato na human is kinahanglan nato tubig to survive. So, crop requires water because water prevents crop from drying out, especially during crop. However, the amounts of water differs from each variety of crops. So, wala gilaong na ang atong crops is kinahanglan sa water, especially kung kanang bibitaw kanang init na, then kinahanglan nato dublihan ang atong tubig. So, however, napoy kanang mixture ay kanang sakto na pagbuo sa atong mga crops kay naapoy mauban na mga crops na dili kinahanglan na sobra sa katubig. So, irrigation is the artificial application of water to the soil through various systems of tube, pumps, and sprays. It's usually used when natural water, force, and rain are not sufficient to provide plants water demand, and in areas with rainfall is irregular or dry times or drought is expected. So we need na kinahanglan to irrigation is kay para basin baza is kanang di siya tagulan. Then in it, then para ang atong crops is healthier siya. So there are various ways in which farmers irrigate the crops. Manual irrigation is labor expensive and time-consuming method which uses laborers to irrigate water using water cans. So, muani siya is manual. So, from the word manual is ato gazong kaugalingon action na magkwanta dito ayos mga sprinkler or kaya mga kuan kanang water cans. Then, it is say that is labor expensive. So, may pareha to gay na kinahanglan dyan na mga farmers or individuals na magkuan anak na task. So, it is time-consuming, which is kinahanglan dyan ito isa-isahon ang atong kuan, ang atong plants para makuanan sa og tubig. Then, drip irrigation is the most effective way to supply water and nutrients to crops. It provides water and nutrients directly to the zone of plants in proper amounts and proper time. So, muani siya ang drip irrigation. So, murag na sa hose, then iana ra dali ana ra. So far is wala ko nakitang dito na ingana dali sa to Mostly is ano nakita is manual ra siya. Sprinkler irrigation uses pipes and sprays to irrigate the whole field. So mo po ni siya is pinataas bitaw siya para muana ra siya ang iyahang kuan. Then those are 5 practices to have our crop care and maintenance. So, Ms. Pegtek, can you elaborate the 5? Or just give it 3?
To weed control, ma'am.
Yes.
Applying fertilizer.
Yes. Correct.
And irrigation.
Yes. It's okay na. That's 3. So, nasabtan ka doon, then namatik mo. So, any question?
Not so far.
Okay, thank you. So, generalization. So, may I have Ms. Jamola to summarize what is your nakuha karon na lesson?
From what I have learned about your lesson, ma'am, it is very important to take care of our plants and to maintain our plants so it will grow faster, healthier, and more fruits to bear, right, ma'am?
Yes,
And
very
of
well
course,
said.
the manual weeding, the mechanical weeding, and the chemical weeding is considered as crop maintenance or weed control.
Yes, thank you, Miss Jamola. Pwede pa natatagaan ng 5 claps si Miss Jamola. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, very well said is, nakuha na nakasabot ko dyan mo tanan. So, for your assignment, instruction, answer the question, then write your answer in 1/2 sheet of paper. Your response will rate it according to the following rubrics below. Deadline on Monday. So, there's no be late submission because hindi ko ganan og late mag-submit mo. So, formative assessment. Yes, Miss Dolowin. Yes, the students will accomplish the plants by supplying with various practices from pre-production to post-harvest. On the petal, they will write down the practices of proper care and maintenance. They may add additional petals and leaves if necessary. So, did you understand, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
So, that's all for our lesson for today. I hope you understand and gain some knowledge on how to take care of our crop. Then, I hope naamoy assignment for the next time. So, this is clear, Miss Bulawin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you. That's all. So, goodbye, class.
Goodbye, ma'am.
So, there's no energy